글쎄요, 그 시즌을 치르다 보면 여러 가지 일들이 많은데 그 중에 하나라고 생각하고요. 그 또한 우리가 이제 극복하기 위해 노력해야 되는 한 과제이기도 하고요. 근데 그 자리에 준비되는 선수들이 아마 그 역할을 충실히 해주지 않을까 생각하고 있습니다. 글쎄요, 그날에 준비하는 마음이 아닐까 생각하고요. 그 안에서 좋은 결과가 있었는데 오늘도 그런 분위기가 연출됐으면 하는 생각입니다. 글쎄요, 뭐 중장기적인 부분은 한 경기에 최선을 다하면서 그 안에서의 플랜을 완성해가는 게 맞지 않나 생각하고 있습니다.
병준이가 지금 컨디션은 굉장히 이렇게 많이 올라온 상태라고 저는 이제 또 보고 있고, 또 병준이와의 미팅으로 통해서 병준이가 이렇게 지금 잘하고 있지만은 병준이가 잘할 수 있는 그런 시간대의 플레이를 좀 더 우리가 계속 좀 더 활용을 좀 더 해야 되지 않을까 좀 생각을 합니다. 좀 더 수비에서는 좀 더 위험 지역에서는 좀 더 간단하게 좀 이렇게 플레이를 좀 더 하자고 했고, 또 그런 장점이 있는 그런 득점의 장점이 있는 그런 선수들을 조금 더 슈팅이라든지 또 좀 상대를 예측한다 그러나요? 그런 것을 좀 더 장단점을 잘 파악해서 좀 오늘 경기를 대비했습니다. 예, 지금 두 번에 조금 더 우리가 슈퍼매치에서 졌기 때문에 오늘은 어느 때보다 좀 더 간절하게 모든 것을 다 걸어야 될 것 같습니다. 예.
Well, good afternoon. A bustling atmosphere at Seoul World Cup Stadium. Round 29 of the KLeague 1 season continues with the third super match of the season. Both sets of FC Seoul and Suwon Bluewings fans enjoying a pre-match performance. That might be just about the only common ground they have for the events this afternoon. This is a rivalry that's tipped Seoul's way in recent times, but it's been fiercely fought over the years. Seoul do have the home advantage today. They're just 3 points off a top half place with 3 more games until the division splits for the final 5 rounds. Down in 9th, the Bluewings maybe just 1 league position behind Seoul, but they trail by 6 points, being much closer in that respect to the bottom 3 and the very real threat of relegation, with 3 teams potentially going down this year. So FC Seoul make 3 changes from the side that lost 2-0 at another local rival, Incheon United, last time, with Lee Tae-seok coming in at left back. Also Kang Sung-jin in on the wing, and Stanislav Ilyachenko getting the nod up front. The versatile Park Dong-jin, you can see among the defenders, having led the line against Incheon. He can play in both positions and obviously moves back into defence as far as we've been told. But that can change as the game goes on. Among those dropping to the bench, Kim Jin-ya and Choi Young-wook, who's the second top scorer for Seoul, and we can expect to see him come on at some point. Can perhaps expect today is the unexpected, with both these sides being unpredictable, having 2 defeats and 2 wins each from their last 4 matches. Both have the same pattern: win, defeat, defeat. In fact, if you look at the last 5 games as a whole, Bluewings edge it slightly, going further back to the 5th game with a victory, but then it's defeat, victory, and then defeat. 2 victories each, sandwiched between defeats. Nothing else to separate them but that 6-point gap that I mentioned before. And well, last weekend the Bluewings lost 3-2 at home to Gangwon. Goals from Oh Hyun-gyu and Han Byung-jun, not enough to get anything more than a little damage limitation from the game. They do make a couple of changes. Kim Tae-hwan replacing Chung Ho-ik at right back, as he did from the bench last time, and Jong Seung-won returns to midfield, with Elvis Sarich dropping to the bench after returning from a hamstring injury against Gangwon, having been out for nearly a month. we saw in a featured game when he hobbled off against Daegu. Both of these sides lack prolific scorer options. Na Sang-ho leading the line for Seoul with 7 goals and Oh Hyun-gyu with 7 goals for the Bluewings. But overall, Bluewings have just 27 goals in 28 matches. It's under par, whereas Seoul as a team have managed 34 in 28. Both drawn 9 games this season. Seoul have 2 more wins, and those 2 wins, you could say, came against the Bluewings, because their previous meetings both went Seoul's way. The Bluewings are yet to score against Seoul this season. Seoul won their first meeting at this stadium, 2-0 in April, and then 1-0 at Suwon in June. Manager Lee Byung-gun has come in after a great performance with Daegu last year, leading them to 3rd. And it's been a tough spell for him, but 9 points from the last 5 games is pretty decent if you're a relegation battler. Bluewings would not want to settle for that tag, but that's where they are this year. As for Seoul, they're looking pretty safe, at least for now, unless they were to go on a horrendous run. Big problem for them is, can they make it into the top half of the table, guarantee safety before the final round, possibly even sneak into the Champions League qualification picture. First, they've got to beat what's in front of them. That's the obvious, but far from straightforward. Han Sung-jin bursting down the right-hand side early on. Dave Bolthouse wearing the captain's armband for the Bluewings, and there's a palpable raise in noise at Seoul World Cup Stadium. It's not an atmosphere you really get unless it's the super match, which, if you hadn't realised, is the name of this derby between these 2 teams. So, Ki Sung-young, Alexander Palasevich, 2 accomplished midfielders. Palasevich peels off, and it's pretty obvious initially that that move was not going to work, and I don't know if they were just trying to unsettle the Bluewings, and if the plan was for Palasevich to take it all along. Either way, it's pretty underwhelming. Seoul need to get a little sharper. Manager Aneksu has been very keen, it appears, based on playing style, to impose a passing game. Seoul often dominate possession. Both sets of fans making their presence felt in the early stages, but the Bluewings are being forced back, not looking particularly in danger as Oh Hyun-gyu breaks away. Jong Seung-won looks to pick it up, but instead Jeon Jin-woo goes on his own and plays it through the gap, looking for Ryu Seung-woo, who just couldn't get on the end of it. And the Bluewings' first foray into Seoul's half very nearly ended in a good scoring opportunity. Ki Sung-young with a trademark long pass, picks out Keiichiro Ogawa, but the Japanese midfielder slash winger cannot hold on to it. This was the near opportunity, and you can see from that angle just before how John Jinu's pass was just hit with too much force for Usamu to get anywhere near it. Slightly lighter touch, and well, that might well have been a great chance to open the scoring inside the first 3 or 4 minutes. Players were fairly friendly with one another in the tunnel before the game. But it's business as usual now. In fact, Oh Hyun-kyu and Park Dong-jin were among the players joking around together, and there they were clashing. Seoul, the club captain, they made a change of their captain and vice captains mid-season, not so long ago. It's a bit unconventional, stripping Ki Sung-yong effectively of the captain's armband, though it wasn't necessarily quite phrased that way. Goes down, no suggestion of foul play. He slipped again. Had a lot of rain. It's in the forecast for the next couple of days as well, with a typhoon on the way. That's mainly affecting the southern part of the peninsula, but rain is in the forecast for the entire country. And look at Seoul, the forecast for this evening. It's just rain every hour, but no major evidence of it right now, except for a slick pitch. Kang Sung-jin, his pace won't quite get him there in front of Ko Myung-suk, but it does mean a chance from the throw. It's Park Dong-jin's turn to go down, and it was apparent friend Oh Hyun-kyu with a little revenge there. Palasevich and Jong-gyu. Park Dong-jin goes all the way back. Song headed it on, but the flag's up. Linchenko and Ite-sung both just in front of the final defender. Linchenko had only scored a couple of times for Jeonbuk before his summer move to Seoul, but 4 more goals since then has lifted him up to 6 for the league campaign, and would put it past him to get into double figures in what's left of the season. Would redeem somewhat an otherwise disappointing campaign for him. An ideal move to Seoul, you'd have to say, for both player and club. Jeonbuk might regret not finding a way to make it work with Stanislav Ilyichenko, as they could only manage a draw yesterday against Kimcheon, and Ulsan will play this evening with a chance to pull away at the top of the table. They already have a gap of 8 points. And well, both these clubs, Seoul and Suwon, have the chance to play their own role. As this coming Wednesday evening, Seoul will go to Jeonbuk and the Bluewings will go to Ulsan. Dave Bulthouse was playing his trade for Ulsan not so long ago. It'll be a familiar stadium to go to as Palisevich plays it in, and it was a header on target, rather tame. And it was one of those headers from Lee Sang-min that someone else really needed to get on the end of. Jin is not what you would necessarily say physically a stereotypical central defender. Looks a bit more like a attacking player, but he is relied on. As Palisevich and Ikije share some harsh words. Park Dong-jin is someone who punches above his weight in terms of aggression. The attempted through ball, again not working out for the Bluewings, and that would be the worry for them in this game. They've got the capabilities to win this, to draw, to go in just about any direction. They've got to put pressure on this Seoul defence. We know Seoul can be vulnerable. Be in control of the ball and then suddenly slip up at the back. But if you don't have an Oh Hyun-gyu or Jeon Jin-woo, whoever it happens to be, following up with pressure, then they're not going to capitalise. Na Sang-ho, though, up the other end, looking to feed his way through. He went down with an appeal. Referee had a good view, ignored that appeal as we play on. Keiichiro Ogawa goes backwards. Seoul never afraid to go back, to come forward again. Which is part of the reason they hold the ball so well in terms of the percentage number, but that doesn't necessarily translate into goal-scoring opportunities. Bluewings need to be effective on the counter, and here's another chance. And Kang Hyung-mook has slipped over. Mentioned before, Ilyachenko losing his footing, and it is obviously a bit of a challenge for them out there. And that was a poor moment. Again, got to take those breaks when they come. Sung-yong. Jong-gyu goes backwards. We see again Seoul continuing a strategy that we've seen many times, which is to bring the wing-backs into central midfield when they're in possession. Keiichiro Ogawa peels off to the left. And still no free kick. Seoul will have the throw. But, referee is eager, it seems, to let the game run when possible. Park Dong-jin. Kang Sung-jin with a quick ball on and picks it up again. He's a teenager with a big reputation. this is another moment where a possible foul has been allowed to slide, and eventually the whistle does blow for the Bluewings. First, Oh Hyun-gyu and Park Dong-jin, they pretty much collided with each other. Mentioned the camaraderie between them before the game. It's strange, isn't it, to see the difference on the pitch. Keeping a bit of pressure on Yang Hyun-mo, undeterred with the clearance, and now Palacevic has it. And that's a lovely ball. Na Sung-ho, it's saved. And that will be a corner. That's the first proper save of the game. Na Sung-ho might have looked to play Ilychenko back in. Ilychenko was marginally offside in that initial phase. No, went for it. And he forced a diving save from Yang Hyun-mo. Park Dong-jin is almost dancing there with Lee Jong-sung, and the corner's headed straight back out, only as far as Palacevic, who plays a risky ball backwards. Interception, but there's a breakaway. Kang Hyung-mo, and plays it across. Oh, it's wide. It's an open goal for Oh Hyun-gyu. Kang Hyun-mo was unselfish in creating the opportunity for Oh Hyun-gyu, who is the Bluewings' top scorer. He might have gone for goal himself here. Instead, thought perhaps a guaranteed goal by squaring it. Palacevic gets the faintest of touches that maybe influences Oh Hyun-gyu's footing, but really he's got to be scoring that. And that is a huge let-off for Seoul. And a massively missed opportunity for the Bluewings. Talked before about Seoul being vulnerable. There's the first big mistake at the back for them. Despite 73% possession, it's really meaningless if much of that is spent doing this sort of thing. Bluewings just need to be patient. When they get those chances, well, they're not clinical. They can only blame themselves. There's a good looking through ball on the other side for Seoul. Palasevic's right foot is not his favoured option, and Kang Sung-jin forces a save. That was another good dive from Yang Hyun-mo. Seoul have tested him twice now, and diving to left and right, Yang has stood up to the challenge. Roo Seung-woo's cross straight into the arms of Young Han-bin. Song-jin again. He's making a useful contribution on that right-hand side, and here he is again, linking up with Yoon Jong-gyu. Palasevich is forced back. It's a bit frantic, which is entertaining. Referee again allowing a lot of these tougher challenges to just slide. Jung Seung-won. Bluewings are pressing Seoul only really as far as the halfway line. Again, it's a demanding way to play, of course, and it leaves you open, but you'd think that if Bluewings just push a little higher, Seoul will be forced further back, and it will be to the Bluewings' advantage. Right now, they've got everyone inside their own half, and Seoul look to create another opportunity. Keijiro Ogawa will not get there, though. Seoul again, just trying to control possession where possible, but again, an opening. It's the young Seo Tae-sung, that time who was vulnerable. Seoul's orchestra behind that goal. Suwon are now attacking. Ikije can be a great striker of the ball, can also put in a great cross. Dave Bolthouse in focus here. Won't reach the tall Dutchman. Jung Seung-won back inside. It's loose for Palasevich. Well, in the end, he puts it out of play. I think many players would have just gone safety for another corner. Seoul like to live dangerously, or seem willing to live dangerously, whatever the case may be. Palasevich again with a touch that's rather gentle and puts his head in his hands as teammate puts it out for the corner. fans at either end of the stadium. Decent looking corner. It's gone over everyone though, and out for a goal kick. Sung-yong. Jong-gyu's pass is loose. Takes his turn to play it away and out of reach of a teammate. Both teams guilty of some sloppiness. 25 minutes gone, goalless. Well, both sides have had their chances. The open net presented to Oh Hyun-gyu surely was the golden chance to break the deadlock. Seoul have forced a couple of decent saves from Young Mo. The game is potential yet. Once again, Seoul with a more patient approach. Key looking for Kang Sung-jin behind the last man, and that's good from the Bluewings' point of view, but Keijiro Ogawa has been outdone and outfoxed as Oh Hyun-gyu. Blasts it into the side netting. And that was, for a moment, a bit more progressive from Seoul. He's still going forward. You just sense that if this game is transformed into an end-to-end encounter, it might favour the Bluewings. They're breaking with a bit more pace. Seoul don't want to necessarily fall into the trap of being too cautious, but they need to gain some control of this game again, as it's 1-0! Oh Hyun-gyu! Well, he's made no mistake there, and he's doing push-ups in front of the Seoul fans. Bluewings taking the lead at Seoul World Cup Stadium. Presuming there's no VAR intervention now. And yeah, he did get himself in an advanced position. Let's just make sure that he is onside. Well, nothing wrong with his position there at all, is there? Comfortably onside. Don't need a digital image or any other support to tell you that. And there was the power cross. It's just saying in the build-up to that Seoul need to be careful of this game becoming something like a slugfest, because while the Bluewings have been less capable in some respects in holding possession, they've looked more effective when bursting forward. And Seoul have spoken about their defensive vulnerability. Don't like teams coming at them with pace, and they don't really have the capability to go at other teams with pace either. This An Byung-jun was substituted on in the midst of that, and it's the under-22 player kook who's come off. Well, it's a huge battle for pride, this game. It's also for the Bluewings a chance to move within 3 points of Seoul and 3 points towards safety. Doesn't seem particularly likely for the Bluewings to make it to the top half of the table, but you never know. Their real chance to create that chance was against Gangwon last time, as An Byung-jun forces a corner. Well, had he scored, I'm sure we would have had a lengthy VAR review. As it is, I think that will just be allowed to run its course for the corner. That's a visiting crowd that's not regretting their decision to travel a fairly short trip to Seoul, who are for now silenced. Oh, it's another chance, and the North Korean striker An Byung-jun is creating chances already. A couple have fallen his way already since he's come on. They go short this time. Ikije. Oh, it's a header in! It's 2-0. An Byung-jun. Third big chance for him. The whistle blows with an offside, and well, there's always that element of caution, isn't there? In this case, there was the possibility of several blue shirts in an offside position. And that's the danger with the short corner there. They played it out for Ikije, but Seoul pushed out, and it does seem to be the correct decision without a lengthy review required, although the referee is listening in his ear, and if he is told to go over and look pitch side, then things could get interesting. Seoul are on the ropes with An Byung-jun creating some havoc since coming on. Well, well, well. Without even the need for a lengthy review, without even the need for a look at the pitch side monitor, it happened very quickly, and we didn't see a repeated replay. By the time the ball was played in by Ikije, here we see it, there's several players in an advanced position. Oh, wow, that's a tough call. It's a great header. It's a great header, but I've seen plenty of similar goals ruled out for offside. And in the pre-VAR era, I think almost certainly the flag would go up 9 times out of 10, if not more. And I guess we just have to trust that in that VAR booth they've got the technology to study all those hand positions and so on, and and see the moment that ball was played, because it happened very quickly. Replays we've seen just look suspicious, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was offside. And the key statistic is 2-0 to the Bluewings. It's a dream start for the visitors. And Seoul have lost their way somewhat. After a fairly commanding start, it didn't necessarily look like scoring, but they got away with the open goal missed by Oh Hyun-gyu, and it looked like Seoul might be the team to push forward. They seem to be a bit more comfortable than the Bluewings in attacking positions, but, well, the Bluewings have looked more dangerous. They've found their teeth. And Seoul are stunned. I must say, it's kind of refreshing as well not to have the pitch side review. Just to have the VAR booth make that decision. Because it basically either is or it isn't offside, and the technology should be able to clarify that. Here's another chance for the Bluewings. Could extend their lead. Saw a big scoreline yesterday. Hwang Steelers 4, Daegu 1. And we may well have made the right choice of game to feature this afternoon. An Byung-joon heads it back. Was looking for Jeon Jin-woo. The flag went up against An, and there'll be no need for a review that time. Seoul, where do they go from here? You look at the players that Seoul have, and they simply should not be in this position in the league. They should be a top half team. Palasevich, Ki Sung-yong, Ilyachenko, big names, Na Sang-ho, promising youngsters like Kang Sung-jin. As I said before, some defensive frailty, but this is, in the context of the season, not a blip. This has been a problem throughout the campaign. Being inconsistent and unable to please their home fans with more convincing performances. But the Bluewings again with pace to break. Jeon Jin-woo does brilliantly. And he's gone for the more ambitious choice of An Byung-joon. He had Oh Hyun-gyu inside. Back with Ki Sung-yong and Seoul. If they could find a goal before half-time, that would definitely create a sense of hope for them in the second half. Even at 2-0, they're far from out of it. Got to start looking like they're going to create chances again. They forced a couple of decent saves from Yang Hyung-mo. Haven't made anything for Ilyachenko to feed off so far, really. Just over 5 minutes till the break. And Kim Tae-hwan, again, counter, serving the Bluewings well. There's a yellow card for Na Sang-ho, the captain, who's challenged by Lee Jong-sung. I mean, it looks like he's simply taken him down. And it's certainly a justified booking. I don't know if it's just the frustration of the moment that's got to Na Sang-ho there. Delivery from Ikije. Young Han-bin does well. Seoul just never like to clear it away. It's always a throw or a short pass out from the keeper. Ilyachenko's come very short. Park Dong-jin. And Seoul a little clumsy. Na Sang-ho trying to rally the troops. It's sometimes the case for Seoul that they just try to play in a way that they're just not sharp enough for. Seem to have the capabilities to pass it around the way they attempt to, but for whatever reason it's not working out for them. They're fairly rigid in sticking to that style of play. Drizzle is getting a little harder as we play on. Bluewings, well, their whole calculus has changed now. They've got to be careful not to let themselves sit back on this lead, but they can afford to wait for the breaks. And the Bluewings want to bring the game to a halt. Park Dong-jin ignores the appeals. Yoon Jong-gyu with the cross. Oh, it's an attempt. Dave Bulterhouse has gone down. Left-footed cross. Well, you got Na Sang-ho basically flying through the air with an attempt at an overhead. He's already just been booked. Palasevich trying to get it. Lee Jong-sung suggesting either that there's some play acting going on or something else. Oh Hyun-gyu stood in the way to defend. Strong player, Oh Hyun-gyu. Seoul want the Bluewings to get on with this. Clash between players. Ki Sung-young is the Seoul player who went down. Han Byung-jun, the Bluewings. And Ilyachenko and Lee Jong-song squaring up now. Bolthouse getting straight in the face of Ilyachenko. Let's have another look here. I think Ilyachenko feels that Lee Jong-song is tempted to injure him by letting him fall awkwardly. And honestly, from that angle, Bolthouse seems to be trying to calm Ilyachenko down as much as anything else. They both get a yellow card, Ilyachenko and Lee Jong-song. I think Lee Jong-song is like suggesting he's not necessarily done anything wrong. Seoul's temper could become further frayed in the second half as this game goes on. Frustration in danger of boiling over with 2 minutes now to play till half-time. And Na Sung-ho, as I mentioned before, already on a booking. He's got to be careful. These things accumulate. He's putting a lot of hands up high and just need a player to make contact with a face and go down. Suddenly things can get pretty tense for a player who's on a booking. One more minute to go. And Bluewings have managed more opportunities in this game. The overall number of chances for either side doesn't really quite match the level of drama and overall pulsation to this game. Just running out of play and may well take us into half-time. And there is the whistle. It's obviously a half that is brutally disappointing for Seoul because they're 2-0 down. Perhaps almost as disappointingly for them, they'll be frustrated that they've been unable to sustain the chances that they began to create early on. The Bluewings just need to carry on as they've been. They cannot sit back and lose the energy in the second half, otherwise they will invite a very nerve-wracking second half. It's going to be interesting to see what direction we go in. Join us from Seoul World Cup Stadium in just a few minutes.
이번에 준비하면서 저도 이제 마지막일 거라는 생각을 좀 했었고 또 이 슈퍼매치가 조금 그리울 것 같다는 생각을 좀 가지고 있어요. 어쨌든 저희가 라이벌이지만 이런 슈퍼매치를 아무나 뛸 수 있는 그런 자리가 아니기 때문에 어떻게 보면 이 마지막 슈퍼매치를 그래서 더 마지막을 더 잘 장식해야 되지 않을까 그런 생각을 좀 가지고 있습니다. 그래도 뭐 저희 홈에서 5대1로 이겼을 때가 좀 생각이 많이 나고요. 오늘도 뭐 그 정도의 끌상치는 아니더라도 꼭 오늘은 저희가 꼭 승리를 가져갈 수 있도록 해야 되지 않을까 그렇게 생각하고 있습니다. 슈퍼매치만큼은 뭐 저희뿐만 아니라 선수들도 마찬가지일 거라고 생각을 해요. 정말 이 경기 하나로 정말 팀 분위기가 많이 좋아지고 또 가라앉고 이러기 때문에 그래서 이번 마지막 슈퍼매치는 꼭 승리를 저희가 해야 되지 않을까 생각을 하고 있고요. 또 저희가 이제 스플릿 남겨둔 상태에서 서울을 이긴다면 정말 좋은 분위기를 가지고 좀 앞으로 경기를 할 수 있기 때문에 오늘 경기만큼은 꼭 승리를 해야 되지 않을까 그렇게 생각하고 있습니다. 자존심 싸움일 것 같아요. 저희 팬분들만큼도 저희 선수들도 정말 자존심을 걸고 하는 슈퍼매치이기 때문에 항상 준비하면서도 좀 다른 경기와 다르게 좀 스트레스도 많이 받고 또 준비하는 과정도 다른 때보다 더 열심히 준비하고 있기 때문에 팬들이 생각하시는 그런 슈퍼매치 이상으로 선수들도 많은 준비를 하고 있어서 오늘 경기가 정말로 저희 수원 팬들도 그렇고 서울 팬들도 그렇고 또 K리그를 다 사랑하시는 팬들이 정말 멋진 경기였다라는 그런 한판이 됐으면 그런 바람이 있습니다.
So, Seoul World Cup Stadium sets the stage for the second half of the third super match of the season. The first two won by FC Seoul, 2-0 and 1-0. Bluewings lead 2-0 after a first half that saw them show much greater efficiency, more goal threat, less possession. And the players that have come off to pay the price for Seoul, three of them, Itesok, Alexander Palasevich, and just looking to confirm the third as well, Pak Dong-jin, who'd been playing at the back. And coming on, Choi Young-uk, Kim Jin-ya, and Im Min-hyuk. But the Bluewings push forward early on, as said. At the end of the first half, the Bluewings have to be very careful not to fall into the old trap of sitting back on a 2-goal lead. But the intent is positive at the beginning of this second half. Still, we follow the pattern of the referee trying not to blow the whistle for free kicks. Challenges are flying in. Seoul come the other end. Ilyachenko will let it go for a corner. Song-jin with the corner. Cho Young-uk heads it back in. It's a little bit like a corner we had in the first half, one of the few for Seoul that actually connected with a header where Lee Sung-min just harmlessly floated the ball with a header into the keeper's arms. No one was getting on the end of it. Kim Tae-hwan. Out to Im Min-hyuk. That's smarter play from Seoul, but Im Min-hyuk's ball to Na Sang-ho is a little too far away from him. Oh Myung-suk is guarding closely. Seoul manager Alex Soo calling out orders. He's had half time to readjust things, made the triple change, which used to be as extreme a change as you could get before the 5-sub rule. Keijiro Ogawa, Kim Jin-ya, Im Min-hyuk. Oh, it's Ogawa blasted well over. If Seoul could find a goal any time really before about the 85th minute, then we're going to have some real drama on our hands, unless the Bluewings extend their lead further. It's the Suwon crowd making most of the noise at Seoul World Cup Stadium. They've been in fine voice throughout this game. Yoon Jong-gyu is stopped in his tracks. And then Seoul comfortably win it back through Keijiro Ogawa and Ki Sung-young's pass. It's a rare, inaccurate one from the former Premier League midfielder. Jong-gyu. Another poor pass. And captain Na Sang-ho. Oh, there's a player down without any decision going their way from the referee. Keijiro Ogawa hits it out of play. It wasn't clear at first whether that was a missed kick. Still not 100% sure, but presumably passed it out to let the player receive treatment. Na Sang-ho has caught him. Oh Hyun-gyu goes down with the pain on the left foot. This would be a huge win for Bluewings manager Lee Byung-gun. Bluewings do the sporting thing, and we get underway again. Seoul are certainly a little light now at the back, with Ki Sung-young dropping much deeper. And they've effectively just removed a central defender and brought on an extra midfielder or forward in the case of Cho Young-wook, who's pretty versatile. Decided to let fly. He's not had many chances, if any, really, in this game to speak of. We know he can score them from range, but that was a difficult angle. Could have taken something very special to beat the keeper from there. Attempted through ball for Seoul, goes begging. They're being a bit more direct now, which is at least something you can say, but the flip side is they're losing possession more often. Here's a chance for Cho Young-wook, headed well off target. It's Ilyachenko you want on the end of that. Seoul fans have got over some of their shock. Kang Sung-jin. Now back in with Kang Sung-jin, who's lost the ball. Lee Jong-song is furious with the referee for not protecting his teammate there. We'll perhaps see a yellow card. Na Sung-ho could be booked here, and it's going to be a red card. Second yellow, red card for the Seoul captain. He said in the first half he's got to be careful. He's shown no sign at all of controlling himself. That's really poor discipline for an experienced player who's handed the captaincy halfway through the season. That one there, you might expect to see come back for a yellow card as well. I think it was Yoon Jong-gyu with the late challenge up the other end. This was just completely unnecessary, I'm afraid. Bad afternoon gets worse for Seoul. And they will have to defend this decent looking free kick position. Lee Ki-jae and Kim Tae-hwan. Number 23, Lee Ki-jae, is the set piece master. And he does play it in, although not so masterful, with Ilychenko heading it safely away for a throw. Now Seoul were already light at the back. Now they've lost a wide option in Na Sang-ho. It's not necessarily going to have a tremendous impact on their defensive duties, but it will obviously lose an outlet in their attempt to turn around this 2-goal deficit. And there's a yellow card, I think, for Im Min-hyuk, because Keijiro Ogawa was there, and it's Im Min-hyuk who's definitely inflicted the foul. But both Seoul players were pretty much next to each other here. It seemed that they both were thinking of having a go. It was Im, and then Keijiro picked it up. Sung-woo still feeling the pain of that challenge. Got several players on yellow cards. Could find another red card coming out before the end of this game. Still not sure what came of the earlier challenge. As I said, there was a foul in the build-up to the red card. I think it was Yoon Jong-gyu. It was at a distance across the field, and we haven't had a chance to see a replay, but it was the yellow boots of Yoon Jong-gyu. And here's a chance for the Bluewings. Jong Sung-won has had a fairly quiet game, former Daegu man. There was a chance to make it 3. Bluewings might just start to enjoy themselves a little now in the second half. Could have done better there. He knows it. Young Han-bin gets there. Oh Hyun-gyu making sure the kick is not comfortable. And belated whistle slightly. Keijiro Ogawa penalised this time. I don't know if that's a player gone down with a bit of cramp hamstring injury, or if Oh Hyun-gyu, it's not Oh Hyun-gyu actually, he's still on his feet. Is that Roo Sung-woo? I think it's just Roo Sung-woo going down from the previous injury when he was caught by Im Min-hyuk. Don't think there's been anything else off the ball there. Manabu Saito is already stripped off and ready to come on for him. You can see in the background there just Roo Sung-woo off the field, or off the ball rather, almost out of sight on the side of the field, without any Seoul player interrupting. But it was the challenge from Im Min-hyuk that's ended his day prematurely. Yum Ki-hoon is also warming up, someone we often see make cameo appearances. Just shy of 40, Yum Ki-hoon. This game is not over as a contest. It feels in a sense like it is because of that red card and the fact that Seoul have struggling to create chances in the second half. They have managed to lead overall chances in the game. They've not done anything to come particularly close to even getting one goal back. And then being reduced to 10 men, you just wonder how they're going to create a miracle out of this one. It would be a near miracle if they were to find a way to get anything out of the game. A win really would be quite astounding. And it's the Bluewings, perhaps looking more likely to extend their lead with Oh Hyun-kyu rounding the keeper, firing it in front of the Bluewings fans. It's 3-0. Well, they're enjoying themselves now, if there was any doubt before. And that's goal number 2 of the game for Oh Hyun-kyu. He missed an open goal in the first half. He's done so much better here. Cool, calm, powered home, no mistake. There's always the danger of making the angle too tight for yourself, rounding the keeper. Does just enough to ensure the keeper's not going to get a touch on that. It's a really good goal, actually. And there was the inevitable, really, if you, with the benefit of hindsight, look back at Seoul's decisions, taking off central defender and Park Dong-jin, shifting the system a little, dropping Ki Sung-young back, who's really not a central defender, and you might say Park Dong-jin's not really a out-and-out central defender either. And they've left themselves light in an effort to try to create chances going forward. That they've had their top scorer, Na Sung-ho, captain, sent off. Well, there's a fierce rivalry between these teams, whatever else is going on in the league. This game will not decide the title, but it will decide bragging rights, and it can, on a more practical level, help to ensure the Bluewings move away from that danger area they're currently in. They won't be able to move up a league position today, but they will move 3 points closer to survival, with Gimcheon, Daegu and Sungnam occupying the relegation threatened places right now. And there's another heavy challenge from Seoul. We've still got at least 25 minutes to go with stoppage time, and you've got to think there's a possibility of another red card in that time. Oh Hyun-kyu taking his goal tally today to 9. Sure, he wouldn't mind a hat-trick taking him to double figures. Im Min-hyuk, that's a good turn of pace, but then straight away tracked back by Lee Jong-sung. And then Oh Hyun-kyu, and Ki Sung-young does not have the pace to deal with this. The cross is stopped by Lee Sang-min. Desperate times for Seoul. They are being stretched good-looking cross headed away by Bullhouse. Ki Sung-young now. Ilyichenko. Cho back to Ilyichenko. This is better from Seoul. There's a very easy foul to spot right in front of the referee. It's Keiichiro Ogawa again. He's getting away with a number of these niggling sort of fouls. Min-hyuk. Well, the manager's face says it all. Cut off on the right. Lee Sung-min back with the goalkeeper. Seoul might wish at this point that there wasn't such a chasm of time between them and the end of this game. The scoreline could get harder for them to deal with. Kim Jin-young. Bluewings as a unit defending much tighter, making life much harder for Seoul than the other way around. Was even before the red card. Ilyichenko. John Jenu gets the motor running. John Jenu is just wide. Byung-jun had created some space for himself in the box. John fancied having a go. Bullhouse has been sturdy at the back, leading the way for the Bluewings as captain. Oh Hyun-gyu, well again, Ki Sung-young, he's got no way of dealing with Oh Hyun-gyu, who blasts it wide. He's not a central defender, Ki Sung-young, and he doesn't have the pace to cope with Oh Hyun-gyu. There's no way that Oh Hyun-gyu should be getting to that ball from where he started. Seoul open and exposed at the back. There was a good hat-trick opportunity. Might be another one. Wouldn't bet against it. Yurchenko, Yoon Jong-gyu. John Janu picking up a booking in the process of previous passenger plate. Key with the header across to Lee Sang-min. They've got to get those right. We've already seen repeatedly how badly wrong it can go, and it's going to be a double change for the Bluewings shortly. Young Gi-hoon. Well, 1 year shy of 40, turned 39 in March. Will be joined on the pitch by Jang Ho-ik. What Young Gi-hoon still does so well is got the vision to unlock defences with his passing and overall vision. And in a game like this, that can still be very dangerous. Seoul's goals against column is rising. Keijiro Ogawa said he'd been throwing himself around a fair bit. There he connects with Ko Myung-sok. Elvis Sarich is also coming on. Oh Hyun-gyu will not have his hat-trick today. That last attempt, when he got clear, would have been his last chance of the game. They are enjoying themselves still, aren't they? Nothing stopping these fans. Young Gi-hoon. Tae-hwan back to Sarich. John Janu also coming off, as mentioned, just to confirm the third substitution with Jang Ho-ik on. Rather than just replacing Kim Tae-hwan, they're going to work together on the right. Sung-jin, Ki-sung-yong, Kang skips past Sarich, can't beat Jung Sung-won, and here is the ever dangerous break for the Bluewings. Kim Tae-hwan, still Kim Tae-hwan, it's dragged wide. Keijiro Ogawa comes off, as does Kang Sung-jin. Chung Han-min is on, so is Kang Sung-hee, a defender. And it's not like they didn't have Kang Sung-hee available earlier when they pulled off Park Dong-jin. They took the gamble with Ki Sung-yong at the back. I'm afraid it's not worked out very well for them at all. At this point for Seoul, there will be a deep post-mortem, and the catalogue of things that have gone wrong today will take some time to sift through. I think for the Bluewings, you know, they can look back on their last 5 games, 9 points. That's decent, very decent for a team seeking to pull away from the relegation scrap. But they've got to make sure that they follow up this win today with another impressive performance. They've got to build consistency. Make sure they don't get sucked back in. Seoul still enjoying much of the ball, enjoying in inverted commas. It's a perfect example of a game where possession is far from linked to the outcome. Ilyichenko, the disappointing attempt to play in his teammate. Still over 10 minutes to go. Yong Ki-hoon leaves it for Iki-jae. Oh, it's a lovely through ball. And Byung-jun! Young Han Bin, the goalkeeper, saved the day on that occasion. Well, he saved the goal. The day is certainly lost from Seoul's point of view. Say that with a fair degree of certainty at this point. Jung Han-min looking for makeshift captain Cho Young-woo. Jung Han-min. So back with Yoon Jong-gyu. And the Bluewings dealing with everything Seoul have thrown at them today. Even when the game was more tightly poised at 0-0. A couple of solid saves from Bluewings keeper Yang Hyung-mo early on in the first half. Start wondering what's the outcome of a game like this for Seoul. They've been underperforming year after year. Been some managerial changes in that time. They've invested in some quality players, and for whatever reason it's not worked out. That's something that's got to be very seriously addressed before next season. Not a team that's looking likely at all to push into the top half, and if they do continue this sort of form, they will get sucked into the relegation fight as well. Bottom team goes down automatically, and the next two will be threatened by a relegation playoff. Played back into Ilyichenko now. Is there a consolation here? In Min-hyuk, it's going to be a corner. Yeah, well, that was straight out. No wonder Jong Seung-won was unhappy with the referee's decision. straight out for a goal kick. It's going to take a lot for Seoul to respond to this in any case. This is a humiliating outcome for them on home soil against a team that's lower than them in the league, but more importantly a team that is their fierce super match rival. Bluewings conceded 3 goals last time, 2-gun one. Manager Aneksu looking on. Will feel very comfortable in his shoes right now. You've got to feel for him. Whatever the plan was, the players have not executed it, but so often we see the managers bearing the ultimate responsibility for results like this. Jung Han-min. And Yoon Jong-gyu's cross is harmless. Crowd letting be known their frustration with some boos. Sung-yong showing some fight, going a little too far in front of the referee as the rain pours ever heavily. Seoul with the celebratory chants, one after the other, of the travelling support. Continue to mount an ever higher possession stat. But 3-0 down, Seoul have nowhere to hide. Sung-hee's pass wayward. Seoul trying to push on. Johnson-Won is down. Jung Ho-ik. And the Bluewings will have a corner. We've spent the last few minutes in a sort of relaxed defensive pattern as the rain has been falling ever harder. Now Yong Gi-hoon stirring up the crowd, and there might yet be a final flurry of a celebration for the visitors if the scoreline gets even bigger. Saric spilled briefly by the keeper with no particular cost. He looks to play it out quickly, finds Ilyachenko. Ki Sung-yong through to Cho Young-wook, and still he creates a chance. Ko Myung-sok pleased to hold on to the clean sheet for now, doing enough. Ki Sung-yong on corner duty again. It's a decent delivery. Jung Han-min, Ilyachenko, goal! Well, it's surely a faint consolation at this point, but it does rob the Bluewings of a clean sheet. It gives the home crowd something to celebrate, however slim, and it gives Ilyachenko another goal for his tally to take him up to 7 for the season, and now 5 for Seoul since his summer move. Ki with a decent corner. Bluewings switched off, and Young Mo wanted the clean sheet. There may be a few minutes of stoppage time if Seoul were to score one more anytime soon. Can you imagine? Ki Sung-yong. Jinya. It's back through the gap. Can't find it. Oh, it's not in. It's not in. It's in the side netting. The crowd and the stadium were fooled into thinking that was a goal. The fireworks even went off. But that was a save, and it was into the side netting. Got a feel for the Seoul fans who were alerted to a goal there. Min-hyuk's cross, and it's Ilyachenko who rose for it. The Bluewings just have to be professional here. This is kind of ridiculous from their point of view to have this game in doubt. And here's Kim Tae-hwan. Poor effort. Could have put it beyond doubt. Manager Lee Byung-gun has seen his side potentially 3-2 down, and just a bit of game management required now just to see this out. There shouldn't be even a glimmer of hope for Seoul after the second half that we've seen, and much of the first half as well, for that matter. Two minutes for the Bluewings, just to make sure. Yong Gi-hoon goes down, the linesman says get up, and then the referee signaled for a free kick, and the linesman seems to change his mind. We've seen more goals in this game than we have in 2 previous meetings between these sides this season. This has been by far the most dramatic and entertaining. Seoul had not conceded at the hands of the Bluewings this season until now. when it rains, it pours, and it certainly is right now in every sense for Seoul. They did provide far too little, too late, something for their crowd to celebrate. There is a free kick. And if they were to somehow score from this free kick, again, it seems beyond even the possibility of the realm of a glimmer of hope, but they've got to believe that there's something to play for. Where was this in the last 20 minutes or so? It's been a good substitution. Kang Sung-hee coming on, helped push Ki Sung-young forward. Yoon Jong-yu's cross. Kim Jin-ya. The crowd thought it scored earlier, but we're beyond 4 minutes added on. And with a typhoon coming, is there an off-field storm also coming for Seoul's management? 3-1 to the Bluewings is a wonderful away result. Just nowhere near good enough from Seoul, as the crowd will pour out in the pouring rain. What a performance from the Bluewings.